I'm going to give you the tropical update before we jump into what's happening across the Atlantic Basin. I want to remind folks we do have small craft advisories up for the Chesapeake Bay, where we've seen some waves around 3 to 4 feet. It's been a little breezy. North winds generally 15 to 20, gusting to 25. Similar winds on the ocean, but the seas out there have been 6 to 8 feet, an occasional 9-footer. So small craft advisories up for the local waters around Hampton Roads and the mid-Atlantic. As we take a look at the wave action, you'll notice most of the heaviest waves that are showing up in this model here are just off to our east-northeast, and you can see some waves out that way, 25 to 30 feet. Now, again, these are hundreds of miles offshore, the heavier waves, but I'm showing you this because this is actually associated with a non-tropical area of low pressure. It's just an area of low pressure spinning out there. And again, that wave activity stays offshore between Bermuda and New York. So we'll watch that as we go forward in time. You don't really see anything too crazy developing with the wave model here. And that's significant because we are tracking a couple areas we're still keeping a close eye to in the basin. The next name on the list, Nadine, and the water temperatures down around the Greater Antilles. We're talking Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, and Cuba here with the Dominican, and you see Haiti, that's Hispaniola. For these islands and these groups, the water temperatures near those areas are in the low to mid 80s. So there's plenty of heat energy for tropical systems to develop. We also have some winds blowing across an area just south of a frontal boundary that's helping to disrupt things. So again, chances of development here, not very good. We also have some disturbed weather in the Western Caribbean. That does have a little bit better chance of development right in here. We've been watching this carefully as we go through last night and into this morning. We're seeing more convection in this area. So this is something we're keeping an eye to. Again, this frontal boundary south of Florida, south of the Florida Keys from the Yucatan back over to western Cuba. This is kind of the boundary. That's protecting everything to the north. All of this tropical moisture staying just south of it. There are winds blowing across it, and again, it's not really getting well organized, but if those winds weaken a little bit, less shear there, we may get a little more development. There is a 50% chance that develops. For this area here that's passing just north of Puerto Rico, we're going to continue to watch that, but the chances much lower for development with this, only around 10%. So this area at one point just a few days ago had a 60% chance for development from the National Hurricane Center. They've knocked it way down, just 10% right now. So not too worried about that as it is in, it's going to encounter an area less favorable for development. And this area here kind of undercutting some of those winds closer to the frontal boundary. We may get a little more development regardless of whether this becomes Nadine or becomes a named tropical system. It's going to very likely bring some heavier tropical rains into Central America and maybe southern New Mexico or southern Mexico. So we'll watch for that. We'll continue to keep you updated. Again, at this point, the next name on the list, Nadine, there is that 50% chance. But aside from that, the rest of the basin is quiet.